I'm the host, Mr.A, the Double RT Boxing Show. We're talking PBC now. PBC review. Was it the 15th? Oh, the card. The card. With Benavidez losing his title. I didn't even notice if they had that damn fake crowd. I don't believe they had the fake crowd this week. I didn't even notice. That's crazy. I didn't even notice they had that fake crowd. Now, obviously, the highlight of their card, the biggest boxing news, I would probably say Benavidez losing his belt on the scale. You know, that really, if I was well, now they're announcing Canelo fighting for that shit. But if see, Caleb Plant should fucking step in right now and be like, I'll fight Canelo for that belt. I'll fight him for that belt. Get 2 belts on the line and a Canelo fight. You can't get much money, but that's a historic legacy ass fight. If anyone should just step in. If not Plant, who's the other champion? Smith. But they're saying he's pricing himself out. So I'm going a little off topic here. I know it's 1.2, probably 1.7 they're trying to spend. So if I was Plant, I'd jump in and take that shit. But like, hey, I'll fight you for that vacant belt, WBC. You know what? If I was Plant, I'd step in and be like, hey, let me fight Yardum. Fucking Bloodborne and shit. Let me fight Bloodborne for the vacant WBC. And that's what I would do if I was Plant. Or anyone. I want to fight Yardum. I want to fight Bloodborne for the fucking belt. I'll put my belt on the line and fight Bloodborne. Fucking. Then. So talking about Benavidez, that's probably the biggest boxing news. But the biggest story was obviously Rolly's decision. And that's probably really what we're going to talk about here. Because Wallin, he didn't look the best shape, the pandemic gym. But he showed pretty good movement behind the jabs, stayed the distance, was picking Kaufman, picking him apart, not violently, but it was definitely going to be an easy decision, looking like it, if not getting a worse stoppage, as the power was probably going to start increasing, as Kaufman offense looked like it was going to slow down. And then Benavidez, he looked damn good. It's a shame that wasn't a title defense. The punch selection, all that's there. Like I said, it's hard to judge his flaws because you could tell he's kind of doing it purposely. Like him going straight back with his hands up against the ropes like that. Is that a really flaw, or is he just doing that? You know what I mean? Just trying to take Angulo in, not giving a fuck so he can just beat his ass some more. So it's hard to judge a flaw in him right now. The dude 23 looks fucking good. Like I said, I used to think Plant would get him pretty easy. But Plant has in his big fights, his last 2 fights, the gas is okay towards the end. It got better against vegan bunts. But before that, I forgot who he fought. But it looked, Yukatsky, I remember that fight. He looked gassy in the late rounds. Vegan bunts, he looked a little better. But with him having to probably do so much movement, a punch rate, and defense, and getting hit, will he be able to handle Benavidez? Will he be able to push him back? It's still an interesting fight. I still want to see that fight bad. But him versus Angulo is a nice. He's now going to be what was supposed to be, I guess, in boxing. And once the big time discovered him, You know, he got a nice padded record to get up in the high rankings. Once he got the elite shots, you could see he was a nice domestic big fish. So his two elite people, he just completely shuts down, and Benavidez just, you know, locked him up in the high guard and just punched away at will, landed at will. So it was what I thought it was gonna be. Shut him down all day. So as of the main, like I said, the biggest story of that card, not the news, but the story was the fight. The interim was it 135? Is that's the Lomo belt, right? No, the Javante Davis. What belt did they win? 130. I always forget where the fuck Rolly's at. I think it was 130. But anyway, I believe. Uh, I did think Homeboy won the fight. Moranes. I don't think it was that big. I had the fight 115, 113. I thought Rolly gave that fight away when he got that cut. You know, 'cause up until that point, I had the fight. Um, oh, where did he get cut? I think he got cut. Like he got cut in round 9, and I had Rolly winning 86-85 at the end of round 9, and then I had Homeboy tied up in round 10, and then he just won 11-12. That's how I had the fight going. I thought basically what Rolly was saying. I was landing the harder shots. They weren't always technically easy to see. They were smothered a lot, but he was cracking the shit out that dude. And just as easy as we remember the nice fucking shut him down right hands and the leads, Rolly was cracking the fuck out of it. It is that Rolly didn't have a nice first punch. It was always at the same time, and it was, you never really saw Rolly's action. It was always blended in the fight. But you saw Homeboy shut him down. You know, with that right hand. Like I said, I had the rounds I had it. How did I exactly I had it? I had Rolly rounds 1, 4, 5 was a slow tough round. Rolly had some hard shots. Homeboy had the defense at the right hand. That one was a really that was my first. Okay, I don't know who to give that round to. Round 5. Then I had round 8 and 10. I didn't like. Okay, I could see these being toss-ups, but out of the 2 toss-ups, I gave 2 to Rolly and 1 to Jackson. But the round 10, the one I did give him was the one that tied the fight up. I thought just that was following the round 9 where Rolly got cut. The following round, I just thought Rolly was patting it too much. Pretty much the rest of the fight, but especially in round 10, his output just dropped because he was so busy patting it, and that's how I have Jackson winning the fight. I believe if that cut won, even if the cut happened, Rolly would he just didn't know how to fight through it. He patted it too much. He paid too much attention and didn't let his hands go. That's what I saw. And the low output in rounds 11 and 12 to me cost a Rolly. Well, actually, didn't cost him shit because he won. So it doesn't really matter. But I could see, like I said, with those toss up rounds, those big ass one, like I said, the 118, 110. I don't think. I guess somewhere in there you take away. You give round 10 to Rolly. I don't know, but it was a crazy ass fight. But I did have Rolly winning that shit up until round 10. So I just have a weird problem with the high 1. I think everyone has a weird problem with the 118 score. But seeing Rolly win it by scorecards, with the judge that gave him 115, 113, the judge that gave him that score, the score I had just opposite, I could definitely understand that one. I forgot I was looking up to see what fucking weight class he was in. Where is he at? This is the WBA intern. Is he motherfucking? There he is, number 7 by the WBA, 135 pounds. So what do you think? If Leo beats Tank, or would this be that winner's first fight? Would that be the mandatory? Rolly versus Davis or Leo winner? We'll see. Thank you for tuning in.